Now, WNWY reports across the globe from What's News with You, with comedians Josh Johnson and Ashley Gavin, and you, our reporters in the field. What's News with You?
Welcome to What's News with You.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to What's News with You, the news show about everything that's not in the news.
We do not know what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the whole thing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of
Sorry,
what we
keep
do.
going.
I feel like you know the news though.
does.
Yeah, but I don't mention
definitely
it
know the
here.
news.
I don't say it out loud here.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's not allowed here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This
Yeah.
news is not news only.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
We have Ali Kolbert, dear friend of mine, and the We're Having Gay Sex pod,
Yes.
and just the funniest motherfucker in the entire world.
Thanks for
my
being our guest anchor.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's really a privilege to be here. It's a joy, and I just can't wait
Oh,
to see where
man.
the conversation takes us.
Whoops.
You're one of the
Okay.
best podcasters I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so nice. Did she say that to everyone?
No, she doesn't say that to everyone.
Okay, well, thank
and
you.
I've done your podcast, and you are very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Incredible podcaster.
Thank you. Thanks. Just thanks to my parents for kind of getting me here, and that sort of support is what makes me a present guest.
That actually reminds me that maybe this will be my news. I don't know, but I've been down by the pier because the water's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Every day at around 5 p.m.,
Mhm.
everyone who's like working at home, they bring their dogs out to the pier
Mm.
and they make like an impromptu sort of grassroots dog park.
Mm-hmm.
All the dogs play together
Mm-hmm.
out by the water.
And you
And-
just hang out there
And
without a dog?
I go without a dog, like a kid, like a pile at a kiddie park.
That one is a little rough.
That's
You
really
you
hard
think
to
that's
hear.
rough?
I think
That's
that
Jen and
rough,
I go
no
together.
pun intended.
there we go.
Jen and I go
Living.
together and we just watch the dogs
Oh, you go
play.
with Jen?
Sometimes
Oh,
I
Yeah,
go.
okay,
no.
then, yeah.
She added Jen to that story. Jen was a buoy in that ocean of sad. That was a fake. You didn't feel that Jen was a fake detail?
Sometimes I go by myself.
Jen
Sometimes
was
I go
an
with Jen.
imagined
So what's
detail.
what's the Jen non-Jen split though? How often do you go with Jen? Because if you,
I'd say it's 50-50. You don't believe me?
No,
Oh,
I
that's
believe
bad?
you, but yeah,
These are
50-50 is not.
They're fake numbers, folks.
Yeah. I just think, okay, here's the thing.
They're lesbians at a dog park. They're gonna steal the dogs.
These lesbians, they're going to the dog parks. It's terrible.
I mean, I feel like with Jen, right? And somebody walks up and they're like, which one's your dog? And you're like, oh, none of them. We just think this is
The
beautiful.
thing is that there's
That's
other
sweet.
people there. I'm not the only one doing this.
And then they
No.
say, take your pants up, Ashley. Pull your pants up, you freak.
No, I didn't think you were the only one. I didn't think you were
it's
the
become
only
like a
person.
little community
I know
event.
I'm
Yeah.
not the only one. That's what that song is about. Actually, it's about going to dog parks without a dog.
I think you just feel this way because of the comparison to playgrounds with kids.
Oh, no one said anything about that.
Well, I did just now. And
Yeah, and we see where your head's at.
really, why is it sad?
So Allie's the only one calling it sad.
I never said sad.
Josh,
you
it's
never
okay.
said sad?
I said ocean of, no, I don't know what I said. Did I say sad? I
Depressive.
said an ocean of sad.
You did mention an ocean, so whatever it is a lot of it.
Yeah.
I was more just generally concerned off of like maybe you want a dog and you're longing for a dog.
I would definitely love to have a dog. I love my cats.
Yeah.
But I can't have a dog. I just can't. I travel too much. Jen travels too much.
Yeah.
But it's also just like, I think what I love about going to the dog park is, or the impromptu dog park.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I think it's because you're the only person she has to defend herself against. So she
No,
immediately
Josh, I
turned
kind of
to
like
you.
being ganged
Are
up
you
on.
like-
It's a nice
You're
little
like
energy.
flirting with me right now, and I'm going to ask you to stop. I don't know what you're doing, dude.
I like it because it's just so fun to see them having fun and everyone's having a nice time and like no one's on their phones
Yeah,
and it's just
yeah.
like it feels like a vestige of old society.
Well,
Oh,
I would
yeah, I get
I would
that.
say that you should definitely keep doing it. One thing you shouldn't let anyone do is rob you of the things that you enjoy or make you feel ashamed about them, because I can tell you right now, as a man, I can go very few places by myself and enjoy something without people thinking it's pretty creepy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if I'm just enjoying like people watching,
Yep.
that there's a code for that with the police.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a
Right.
level of like, oh, why is he just enjoying himself by himself? That's suspicious.
Yeah.
You know?
I did go to a dog park in Los Angeles when I was living there and I had a dog. And I would go to the park and there were a bunch of characters. Like, I don't know if you know this because like I don't know if you're in the community down there or if you just watch as an outsider. But you like develop camaraderie with the other dog
Right, of
owners.
course,
And
of
you kind of
course.
know everyone as like Blueberry's mom.
Yes,
Yeah.
You don't know
exactly.
anyone's
Yes.
like real name.
Yeah.
And there was this one woman who, I guess she lived in like a trailer down the way. Always became quite unkept, but we hit it off. And we like had this similar sense of humor, and like
Yeah.
I guess she had tried stand up once.
I was about to say,
That's
this is
incredible.
illuminating on
but,
your own
but
life,
what
isn't it?
happened was she kept after a certain point she went in for like a hug when I was leaving once. And I wasn't down to hug her because she was filthy physically.
Mhm.
And, but I didn't know how to say no to the hug.
You didn't know how to say,
And-
we're only dog park friends.
We're only dog park friends. And then every time I would come back to the park, she would see me. She'd be like, Allie, and then like kind of like get over me and try to bring me in for a hug. And it became like a safety hazard, honestly. For me, it was just like
Safety.
she was like
Allie,
really gross.
How filthy was she?
What?
How bad was it?
What?
Just like smelled like
Yeah.
really bad. Like, and
Homeless,
we were
like, same
pals. We were literally pals. Like I like talking to her, but like I don't think it's okay to just assume someone wants to physically hug you.
Well, as her friend, did you ever ask her if she was deeply depressed?
Yeah.
No, she said she was crushing it and
Yeah.
and was manifesting business and business was going
Oh.
well.
That sounds like alcoholism.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
That-
like I think it's okay to not want to hug people.
No, it is okay
I
to
think
not
it's
want
And
to
I'm
hug
tired
people.
of people being like, "Oh, well, why you should hug everybody."
I'm not stressed
Who are
about
these
you.
people?
Yeah, I'm not
That's
stressed.
not what I'm seeing on the internet.
What do
That's
you-
someone saying, "Where's my hug?" That's the "Where's my hug" guy gets very offended on other people's behalf
Yeah,
when
that
you don't
where's
hug
my hug
them.
guy?
Yeah,
Know that guy?
Wait,
you ever
what are
met that
talking
guy?
about?
Where's my hug guy?
Oh, yes, of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
They don't tend to do that to me because they know I'm so visibly gay and masculine.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where's my hug guy is trying to get physical touch from a woman,
Right.
and I don't qualify as a woman.
No,
but
you
with
do.
but with where's my hug guy? I bet you they bring a different energy to you.
Yes, of
They're
course.
like bones it.
That's
They're
funny.
like over here. They're about to say, "Where's my hug?" And they're like, "Hey, hey, yeah, that's what it is."
Yeah.
Oh,
Jen deals with a lot of "Where's my hug" guys.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah, 100%. And it's also
too much.
the "Where's my hug" guy hasn't realized that it's both like so simple and so sad at the same time, because it is the lowest barrier thing. Like a lot of people don't realize "Where's my hug" guy is almost a shooter.
Yes.
They're like so close,
So close.
but genuinely a hug
Yeah.
gets them through it. It's like a what's the drug? It starts with an L.
LSD.
Lorazepam.
Lorazepam.
Oh, lorazepam.
Yeah, it's like their sort of lorazepam.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
and for a while, like "Where's my hug" guy is "Where's my hug guy" because he only needs that hug once in the times he sees you, which is probably like once a month.
Yeah, but he's also "Where's my hug" in a lot of.
That's right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know, my sister, who is younger than me and is like really hot,
so
like way hotter
so-
than
I'm
me.
glad you brought this up. Your sister
I know.
is stunning.
She's really hot, and she literally like this girl needs a boyfriend. Like she just doesn't date like guys that are good enough, but like someone should date her. I
have a question for you after this.
Okay.
There's going to be a Where's My Hug guy coming up to your sister.
She was at the
After this?
She told me she was at the movie theaters recently, and she was watching like a screening of Star Wars, and there was a guy next to her who she like was really nervous was like a shooter. And my sister, genius that she is, was eating popcorn, and like she's hot enough where this would work. She like decided to like share the popcorn with the guy.
No, shut up.
And she was like, she was like, I love Star Wars. And he's like, I do too. and she was like, do you want some popcorn? And he was like, yeah, that would mean so much to me. And like she like nervously befriended him, and she to this day is like, I stopped that theater from being shot up with my hotness and using it for good. And I fully believe that.
I fully believe it
Wow.
too.
Wow.
Community is what stops this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't come down to one single hot woman, but we are at a point in our society where one single hot woman
Can
has
change the
so
world.
much power.
I mean, okay.
No, literally, she's like diffusing incels one by one with her hotness.
Well, what did you, I guess my dog park news will be my news. What's news with you, Josh?
So I inadvertently did the splits. Didn't mean to, and it hurt pretty bad.
You split?
Nearly
How do
pulled
you
my
inadvertently
groin.
do that?
Because I was on a rug that didn't have a lot of integrity, and so the rug like ripped. And so as it ripped, both of my feet were still on the rug. I was in a bathroom, and
A carpeted bathroom.
No, not a carpeted bathroom.
Bath mat.
A bathroom with a rug.
A bathroom with a rug.
Yeah.
Bath mat.
Never
No,
been
the
into a
bath mat's
bathroom
in
with a
the
rug.
tub, right?
Never once seen a bathroom with a rug. Pull up a photo of a bathroom with a rug.
You get it. You get it.
What do I get?
We are in sync.
Why? Why are you saying
That is something that I would do.
Yeah.
That is so important what you just did.
I can't even picture a bathroom with a rug.
You've never seen a bathroom with like a tiny rug in it? Like
that.
Like that. But
That.
smaller.
No, are you talking about the thing that you get out of the shower and it dries you? The
No,
thing
I
on the
think he's
ground.
talking about
No,
that.
I think I'm like, well, I feel like I've seen the thing that I'm talking about in plenty of bathrooms where, especially
There's
like
a
a New
rug.
York apartment where
It's
just
a towel
rug.
but thicker.
It's like a towel but thicker.
That's a bath mat.
That's a bath mat. It felt like a rug. It felt like a tiny rug on my feet.
I
it
gotta
was not
say,
drying
Josh, you're
anything.
not. You sound like the guy at the movie theater right now.
How do I sound like the guy at the movie
The
theater?
guy at the
I
movie
was-
theater.
It was much more like that.
That's
Yes.
a bath mat.
That is
That's a bath mat? Oh, okay. My bad.
I've been podcasting with a man that doesn't know what a bath mat is.
Well, it just felt like a
Do
rug
you
on my
have them?
feet.
Do you have one?
I don't have one of those.
What's
no.
the material? Just curious.
I don't know.
What's
It's like,
outside your shower right now?
It's like not a towel, but like a little thicker than a towel.
A bath
A
mat.
bath mat.
Maybe it's a bath mat. I don't know. I thought it was a rug. I call them all rugs.
Oh.
You're selling out
It's
these
just
massive theaters. and
It
you-
just shows you that even the smartest, most charismatic personal men, at the end of the day, they don't know what a towel is.
they
That's what it's just showing you. He's charming, he's successful, and he's still
he's successful.
calling towels carpets.
He's got.
That's okay. It's okay.
I never say a carpet. I just want to be clear. I never say a carpet. Like I said rug.
A rug.
Cause
Towel's a rug.
Because it had the little dangly like dingleberries on the edges like a rug.
You know, a body
even for
body
the
rug.
dingleberries.
Yeah. Even for a bath mat, it's like it has the little like extra strings.
Tassels.
Like it's a
Premium
The
bath
tassels.
mat.
yeah, the tassels like it's a rug.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a rug. That's like the least
Hey, buddy,
important
we
part
like
of this
Star
thing.
Wars too,
We
but
do. We love it. You want some popcorn, Josh?
No. This is
wanna
what
go to the dog
this
park
is
with me
actually what
after?
makes shooters. This thing that's happening now. It's turning the thing
you
full
get home
circle.
angry, you rip the
yeah,
rug. Now I got 2 rugs.
yeah, yeah. But I stepped on it and didn't have a lot of
Wow, and you did a full split?
Was this
not
your
like
rug?
not like purposefully. It was.
I don't
just
like that. I'm calling it a rug. Was this your bath mat?
No, it wasn't my bath mat.
Okay.
But I stepped out and it. You know what I mean?
Damn,
Wow.
dude.
And
Are
it,
you
and
okay?
it wasn't. Yeah, no, I'll live. But like, it was one of those things where you think you're not flexible, but when gravity makes you gravity and the slipperiness of your own feet, because underneath the bath mat is just the hard floor
Yes.
that's very slippery.
Yes,
And
of course.
so my feet are soaked,
Yeah.
just hopping out of the shower. I get out and then I split, and then I didn't do it perfect like a cheerleader, but I got pretty close.
I'm actually so impressed by you.
Now I got closer than I thought I would ever get.
And you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not great. Like,
Did
I'm
you
not,
hurt yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I thought I had like.
Can you still have kids is what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't split like.
I don't know what goes on down there.
Split your balls.
Yeah, it doesn't split your.
No, I know that, but like, did you come down on them?
Oh no.
Okay,
They were
okay.
out of the way. But like,
Where were they?
I mean, they were where they're supposed to be, but they're not. They're not always under me. That's not that.
I don't know enough about.
Like if I was doing.
Not always under you?
No, okay. You know what I'm saying. As a guy, if you did the splits, they wouldn't just be under
Two
you
lesbians
immediately.
being
like it's not like we're sitting on our balls all the time.
Yeah,
they're not quite
yeah.
oriented.
They're, like,
to,
lifted.
like land
You'd have to
on
be
them.
so much older to like.
Yeah, they need
even
to be really
They're like
sit
sagging.
on
by your
your
stomach more.
What?
No, it's more like front-oriented thighs.
We do
like
need
they
to make
never
a
go,
compilation.
Front-oriented thigh.
There
Like
needs
you
to be
really
a-
need to tuck them.
Yeah.
If you want to get them behind there, you really
I
need to
can't
tuck them.
believe balls. Like,
Yeah, they're really crazy.
So
See,
weird.
I landed from the split and was like, "Oh man, this is rough." And luckily, I could just tip. I don't know how people get up after the splits because I was like in this sort
You
of split
tipped.
position, and then I just tipped and like closed my legs. But as I closed them, I did curl up for a bit. Like I did like
Yeah.
fetal for a second.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I think everything needs to be as close to me as possible after that.
Might I ask
Yeah.
something? You keep calling it the splits, like
Mm-hmm.
a disease. I'm fairly certain it's just you're doing a split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the splits sounds like an autoimmune disorder.
Well, I
Doesn't
call
sound
it.
like something you get. It's like the
You're like,
bends.
and I did get the splits this weekend.
Yeah.
it does,
I
does
call
sound
it.
like an inflammation.
Yeah.
Something became inflamed.
I call it the splits because it wasn't intentional. I call it the splits because it was something that happened to me.
Right. When you do
Because you're a
a
victim.
split,
Yeah. When you do a
that's
split,
a conscious choice.
yeah. When you do
have
a split,
done that.
you're an athlete.
Yeah.
When you do the splits, you're a very hurt
Get
uncle.
the splits.
Yeah. When you get the splits.
Get the splits.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
the split sounds like it would be painful in your shins almost. Yeah, and it sounds
Shin
like there's a
split.
vaccine
Oh.
for it.
It hurt my groin and my left knee because that was the back knee.
Hyperextended, yeah.
Yeah. So just there was a lot going on right there.
Was anyone around? Did you call for help?
No. I feel like whenever I hurt myself in the bathroom, I don't call for help. That's a
How
thing.
often
where
are
I'm
you
like,
hurting yourself in the bathroom, Josh?
Like it's like
Whenever I get hurt in the bathroom.
it's not often, but it's like
Enough.
often enough that I know I don't want help from someone outside the bathroom.
It's happening again.
Yeah. Because 9 times out of 10, if you hurt yourself in the bathroom, you're naked,
Yeah.
and so you're like, let me figure this out
This
myself.
has been such an interesting window into like the things you assume, the
He's-
things you feel are normal. You're like, when I'm naked in the bathroom hurting myself, doing the splits, I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea what your life was like until
Yeah.
It's always Josh is like kind of an enigma. You know, the more I learn about him, the more I'm like, I really have no idea it gets deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
but
And the more questions get answered, the more questions that I have.
Yeah, I felt that
But
way.
what
when
would you change though? Like, let's say you
I would
accidentally.
never change anything about you. I love you.
Well, no, I very much appreciate that. I just saying, like, you're saying what I feel like is normal, but let's say you're on a bath mat, the bath mat collapses.
Good work.
And it just splits up. You do the splits, right? You get the splits, and then you are hurt because those were not intended and you didn't limber up first. And so now you're curled up naked in the bathroom, still very wet out of the shower. Do you call for help?
I think it depends on how bad you're hurt.
No, I don't think you call for help.
I think the difference is I can't remember the last time I got hurt in the shower, and you seem to have several memories of that.
yeah, that.
Yeah, but it's a
You seem to have several.
yeah, it's a hard, slippery place. It's like made for falls.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like made for you to fall.
Right.
You're maybe a good candidate for one of those shower benches.
Yes. Have you thought about having like a door in your bathtub like a car?
Can I tell you the first time I
right.
used a shower that had one of the old people chairs in it? I was like, they finally did something right. They finally figured something out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that says a lot about you because when I see those chairs, I don't sit in them.
No, I didn't sit in it. I was just like, thank goodness that like
I don't.
everyone's not subject to this thing. You know what I mean? Like
The injury you're about to have.
yeah,
Got it.
because in my head I'm like okay, if I'm still young enough that I can get up after the splits,
Yeah.
right? What if I was 50 years older?
No, for sure.
Right.
I'm dead.
No.
Right.
Bathroom floor just killed me. Bath mat, slippery floor.
Yeah.
Dead.
That's how
Death
people
by
go
rug.
out.
Yeah. Whereas that chair, now you grab that towel, you drying off in that chair, you
Right.
know,
Right.
good to go.
Someone's told me recently that they sit on the floor of their shower.
No.
Oh,
And they're not a sad person.
are they a terrorist? Because I feel like terrorists do crazy things and aren't sad.
I like trying to remember who. They literally said, oh God, it was a weird girl. But
Woman at the dog park.
it was a woman. But she was like, I just sit on the floor of my shower. It's so like comfortable and like spiritual. I was like, you should
You know
be
what?
checked into an
No.
asylum.
Honestly, that's why we need to bring back organized religion, because once we start to dissolve it a little bit and we start letting everything be spirituality,
Yep.
Yeah.
now people are like, oh, I eat a hot dog, no bun, it's so spiritual. You know what I mean? Like now, because you could just call it anything,
Right.
it's everything,
You're
and that's
so
too
right.
much.
Yeah, it's too
That's
much.
too much. You either need to have some spirituality through an organized channel that we've decided is like problematic but necessary, or just leave it out.
Things have gotten so crazy that like I am finding God again. Like things are so chaotic out there that like I've turned to prayer. Like I honestly have been developing a relationship with God, which I never saw coming. Never, not in a million years.
What do you do to develop your relationship with God?
I'm just like saying what's up to him. Like I feel I'm like
What's up?
lighting candles.
Mhm.
Just honestly feel like I'm talking to God more in an intentional way, not
Yeah.
in like a putting in like requests way, but more so I just feel God where I'm like, if I'm alone, I'm like
I feel God in
God?
the dog park.
I feel like I have these moments where I do feel God.
Yeah,
I feel
Yeah.
God in the dog park.
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think that's a beautiful thing, and it is like I do feel, and I've, not to like run a bit on you or anything, but I do feel like because I think I did this once on
He
stage.
says right before he runs a bit on me.
No, but
Not to run a bit on you, but
No,
you ever
because-
been on a plane?
no, it's just
I find God in turbulence.
if something I've ever said on stage comes up in conversation, I then feel bad. 'Cause
I know,
then
it's okay though. You can do it.
So
But that thing happens.
Josh, the thing is that you are always running bits
You
on
are.
us.
But I
But,
just want
like,
to say before
that's
you do
how
this bit,
you
before you do this
talk.
bit, the
Yeah.
thing about when someone runs a bit on you is that
Yeah.
he's going to now sound, and not that he's not, but like a genius. Because it's a bit.
That-
You've crafted it. You've done it on stage, but just run it on me.
no, okay. Well, now I like that because now you've given me the opportunity to really underwhelm everyone in the room.
Okay.
It does feel like God is the best friend to a bunch of terrible friends, because people only seem to find God when things are like really bad.
Yeah.
Like it's that's the last friend you want to have. Imagine you haven't talked to somebody since high school and they call you from jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's God.
Yes.
God is like
Yes.
is the person who's like next to the phone. Like no one's texted me in a while, and they're texting you, but it's because they got somebody pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And now
You
they're
only
like,
find God on a
"Ooh."
bad day.
That's
You only
why-
find God at rock bottom.
And
That's
then-
why
but-
I'm trying to like not just hit his lineup when something's bad. Like I just want to
Sure.
be like, hi.
You do sound like a pastor right now. I will say.
And that's
That-
you,
that
you know me
feels
enough,
like
You know me
something-
enough to know that that's not how I am.
No, you're not
So
at all.
it's a curveball.
But doesn't
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sound like something?
No,
you
it's
hear?
it's a youth
in
pastor
church?
energy. Yes.
Yeah, like-
Especially.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Does anyone have a guitar? Down on Fulton Street.
Well, I will say your shirt also,
Yeah.
like cool youth pastor.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, no, that's 100% like
We're
youth
gonna take a
pastor
trip
energy.
to the Creation Museum.
Yeah, that's youth pastor energy hard.
Okay, well, I will throw this shirt out.
No. It's also cool lesbian.
Thank you.
They're
you know I love how you
basically
dress.
the
Thank you.
same.
But they're very similar. There is some
There's
overlap.
a bit of an overlap. The Venn diagram is a circle.
I think the difference
Yeah.
is that they don't thrift what they have. You thrifted that.
I did thrift it.
Yeah.
No,
they got
no.
this from their grandpa.
That's a hand-me-down in like a church setting. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And especially if we're being honest, especially like white church setting.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's like this is white youth pastor.
Oh, no. When you say youth pastor, you're referring to a white person, or at least I am. I don't know what a black youth pastor is like.
They're pretty cool. Not gonna lie. It's like kind of what keeps kids off the street at a church.
That's a different youth pastor. That's a different youth
yeah. I
pastor.
feel like the
Yeah, but it's like they're still both youth pastors, but like one of them is like Kyle.
right.
You know what I mean? Like one of them is like, no, that's Kyle. Like when Kyle gets married, everybody's surprised because it's like, oh wow, I thought you just loved God and that
God.
was it. Wow, okay. But then like the youth pastor in a lot of black churches is already married. And he's like, I'm just trying to help kids the
Yeah,
way I was
Right,
helped. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Through ball. And then he dunks on you and you're like, God's real.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Right.
That's wild that off of nothing. He didn't even get a running start. He just floated above me and dunked over my head and then spit a Bible verse on the way down. And it's like, that's almost too much cool. That's like upsetting. And so it keeps you in church,
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do the voicemails.
Let's do the voicemail.
Listener, field reporters, thank you for giving us your news. We prioritize news from our patrons, patreon.com/WNWY. You are what makes this possible. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being our what's the other one? The executive producers. Yeah, and without executive producers, there is no show.
There's no show.
True.
You can also submit on our Instagram. You can submit your voice memos, but you're at the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, wow.
No, honesty's important.
I completely understand. There's a hierarchy everywhere in life.
Speaking of our executive producers, our first story actually does come from one of our executive producers, Xandra. And this one comes with some video.
Xandra?
Yes.
With an X.
Yes.
Okay.
Like Alexandra.
Yes.
But instead of Alex, maybe they do Xandra.
They do Xandra.
And that's cool.
And we're fine with that.
Yes.
That's pretty
And
dope.
this one also comes with some video supplement, which I will play after the report.
Oh, Alex, someone told me a
You
fun
sounded
idea.
straight there. Oh, Alex.
Whoa.
Alex, it's me. Sorry.
Wow.
Are you going through something right now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Someone suggested, what do you think of this? I'm asking on pod, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think if people submitted a little photo of themselves so we could put it in the corner so that maybe they
Yeah.
look like
Sure.
Oh yeah, that they're doing the report.
that they're doing
Yeah.
the report?
Yeah, I think that's great.
You don't have to, but if you would like to submit a little photo,
I'll
make
animate
more
it.
work for Alex.
Yeah,
and
give
he'll put
me
it in
more
the
work.
corner.
Yeah. I mean, does it even need to be a photo of them? It could be their dog.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please submit literally anything.
Yeah, it could be AI slap of them and their dog fused together.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, here's our report from Xandra.
Hey y'all, I'm Xandra. I'm bisexual, asexual. Yeah, boy. I'm here for Josh and Josh only. No, I'm just kidding, Ashley. Or am I? I live in Houston. Our police department apparently has a massive rat problem. So much so that there is a whole initiative to clean up the precinct that holds the confiscated drugs. This whole thing was announced on a press conference with our mayor and our district attorney and the head of HPD and this nerdy ass white guy who was in some kind of science. And the mayor was praising the efforts of the clean out because apparently they exterminated several times, but the rats kept coming back because they were addicted rats. And the cadence of this man who
Meth
was
rat.
talking about it was just chef's kiss. Then the science guy, I can't remember what he was supposed to be doing, gets up and just matter-of-factly says, we got a lot to do to clean out because the rats won't stop because, shrugs, they're drug-addicted rats. And I'm not going to lie, I am attaching the videos that I clipped because it was just the weirdest press conference I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
It's end times.
Addicted to what? Sorry, I am
think-
ordering
Drugs.
cold brews.
I
if
think
anyone
they
wants one.
ate
I'll take
the meth.
Is that okay that I do that?
Yeah.
I think they ate the meth.
They ate the meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you mean the meth?
The meth that's being confiscated from drug arrests.
Yeah. They ate the meth and now they're addicted to meth, but they don't know what meth is. Like they have no
Oh my
conceptual idea
God.
of what meth is. So now they're probably eating cheese and rat poison, everything trying to chase that high. And
Yep.
they keep coming back to work because they have just enough memory to know that they ate it at the police station.
Yes,
so they're
yes.
like, this is the best cheese ever. This like
Yes.
ice colored cheese is the best cheese ever.
Yeah.
And then when it's gone, they probably kill each other. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they do what humans do, but at rat level.
Imagine.
At rat level.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
they're
get it.
they're getting into disputes for sure.
Would
the
you like
rats.
to see the videos?
I would.
provided?
I'd also just like to say my take on this real quick
Want one,
is
Joshua.
Oh, no, it'll kill me.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Sorry, everyone.
this is the world that we have created.
Yeah.
This is it. When the meth is going down to the bottom of the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to have some methy fleas. We're going to have some methy amoeba. You know, we're going to have meth head. It's all the way.
True.
You know
it's
how we
it's
have.
at the bottom. And
True.
we have created this. This is what we deserve. We have earned this.
You know how we have microplastics and everything?
We're going to have micro meth.
Yeah, it's happening. Because I think that next, like, Black Plague, you know, like the one with the fleas and the rats and stuff like
Yep.
that, that's going to be a very itchy plague for us.
Oh, for sure.
When it comes back around, that's going to be rough. Because also, the rats aren't going to die off of the meth. I don't think
No.
they're going to OD. I don't think they're going to die. And because their teeth never stop growing, I don't think they're going to get that meth mouth. I think they're going to look like regular rats. Do you know what I mean? That's why they can chew through. They can already chew through metal as it is. They can chew through a pipe as it is.
Rats are disgusting.
They're
They-
very disgusting.
They
I don't
are
wanna
so
know what-
disgusting.
Mm.
I mean, people don't talk about it enough.
They are.
Rats are so heinous. And the idea of a rat in your apartment,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much worse than a mouse.
It is so much worse. They're also smart. They're very,
Are
very.
they're not that smart.
They're smart.
I mean, they're
dude.
smart enough to go back right where the meth is.
I don't want to see a rat on Adderall.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
doing
my
those little
God.
mazes.
I love Adderall.
Because if you.
I don't blame them. It's good. That rat probably had such a productive day.
The rats are being very productive.
Can you imagine the rats cleaning now?
Yeah.
Full on. That's what was happening in Cinderella. Nobody talk about it.
You know,
But those Cinderella rats
Cinderella had
full
all
of
the
meth.
animals hooked on.
100%.
Did you still want the video supplement or no?
Oh, yeah, of the rats.
There's a video of the rats?
Of the press conference.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have one or two riffs on it.
This one is the mayor.
For being here to let Houstonians, residents
Can
of
you
Harris
pause? I'm
County
sorry.
know
The
that
accent.
it's a new day of properly handling.
It is very difficult. And I say this as someone from Louisiana. It is very difficult to trust a Southern mayor. Because a Southern mayor, as soon as they speak, you're like, you've botched it. I can already feel it. I can already. Is the rat behind me right now? Like the level of confidence you can have in a Southern mayor is so small sometimes. Like every once in a while, you'll get a good one where he's like, "Oh, we gotta get some bomb in this, y'all," you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But sometimes, as soon as they start talking, you're like, "Oh, we're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, we're dead."
I'm getting
Can
that
we hear
sense.
it from the top again then? I want to hear that through that lens.
For being here to let Houstonians, residents of Harris County know that it's a new day of properly handling evidence, and I'll let.
Is he on the
chiefs
evidence?
and the pros-
He sounds like he's on the evidence.
That's what
Sounds
I'm
like he's
saying.
having
I'm
a
like,
stroke.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like. First of all, don't. If you've got meth rats, don't say New Day.
I know.
That's
This
unacceptable.
sounds like someone having a press conference after they've located Batman. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a new day in Gotham City.
It's just it's so painful because it's like it's after such a botch job, and you can tell he's about to do another botch job. It's a new day. Is like
It's a new day is a brutal
It's a new day.
Yeah.
The rats are 10 feet tall and they are organizing closets.
also they're talking now.
Prosecutor Sean Terry explained the volume. Just one example, we got 400,000 pounds of marijuana in storage that the rats are the only ones
Pause
enjoying
it.
it.
And the rats
Well-
are the only ones enjoying it, he said?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I was about to say, some more crimes are about to be committed. You
Yeah.
can't
Oh my
get
God.
on
No.
public television
I like
and go,
pro-
hey, by the way, we have 4,000 pounds of marijuana. If anyone wants it.
Did he say 400,000 pounds?
Yeah, and this is also from a state that will like.
How is that possible?
Yeah. Nah. This.
I like prosecution.
the.
I like that.
He smoked some of that weed before he got it.
Prosecution.
Yeah.
Dude, anyone can be in local politics.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah. He's speaking as if there's like a capital Q in prosecution.
And then this was a clip, I guess, of they brought in some sort of scientific expert. Our
looks
caller didn't know
That
exactly
is a
what he
scientific
did.
expert.
This is Elon Musk if he never got rich.
Property issues. This is a problem for property rooms everywhere in the country.
Wow. Can you pause that?
Rodents.
That's a real read. That's crazy.
I
Even when
didn't-
he was saying property, he
That
said it
sounds
like almost
Elon.
South
I'm
African.
shocked. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugs, fungus, all kinds of things love drugs. It is a challenge storing large quantities of drugs. You think about what are drug materials? They are
So I also don't know unless the government itself is holding out for the day where the government legalizes drugs. I don't know why we're keeping so much
What do you
of
do with
drugs.
it?
Well, obviously you can't just burn it. Like obviously there must be some reason that you can't
But
just flush it.
This is my thing. The way that we get rid of currency, you know how there's like $16 million every hour, whatever, getting destroyed at the Fed. You know, like they take that money back when they take it out of circulation. It's all that cash is like shredded up and everything, and they put the new bills in because they only want bills to circulate for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we don't just use that same machine on the drugs, chop it up extra heavy, make it useless to anybody. Then you smolder it a bit. So you don't burn it outright. That'll get you high, but you just let it cook on the underneath and then make sure it's wasted.
Do you know what happens to guns that the police confiscate?
I think there are companies that literally destroy guns that they have to come in and pay those companies to destroy those guns. And then sometimes don't they get resold?
Yeah, so there's companies that will do it. It's very expensive and time consuming. And like the New York Times did a thing on this on the Daily. There's like a new technology that this company said, we'll do it for free. We're going to do it for free.
Yes.
And we'll like take a laser and like laser through the barrel. And all the police departments are turning over all of their weapons to them. And you find out that while they're destroying a part of the gun, they then resell all of the other
gun.
parts on the black
Yes,
market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because matter cannot be destroyed. I think what
this
we're
is
realizing.
America.
That's insane.
I think what
Yeah.
we're realizing is when you put stuff out there, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is. This is a product, the results of being human. We've
These
destroyed
rats are a metaphor, caller.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
flammable, they're edible, they're tasty, they're all kinds of things.
What?
You can't store large quantities of drugs.
Okay, so this guy's doing
He's like,
the drugs.
frankly, they feel fucking good. Am I right?
Yeah, I listening to these two guys talk, I am not surprised at all that they're having this problem. You have one, the most like bumpkin sounding guy who's like, we are gonna process.
He had like Dorito on his face.
Yeah, I mean, and then the other guy who's like, guys, look, drugs are awesome,
amazing.
All right, if anything, I think the judiciary has it wrong.
He's like, can we blame the rats or are we rats?
Yeah.
Are we rats? Can I right?
Do you feel like a rat right now? Because I feel like
I feel a
an
little ratty.
absolute giraffe. Okay.
Num num num.
happens fairly regularly. I got to give HPD an awful lot of credit for noticing this, starting to take efforts on it. They've had
For
professional
noticing the
exterminators
meth-addicted
involved.
rats. Hey, I got to give these guys a lot of credit. I have to give these guys a lot of credit. It was crazy how they noticed a line of 45 rats in perfect formation, foaming
Yeah.
at the mouth,
Yeah.
trying to get into the police department.
offering like whatever, offering their bodies up for drugs.
A rat being like, I'll suck you off. I'll suck you off.
Yeah.
The rats are like in bandanas.
But this is difficult getting these rodents out of there. I mean, think about it. They're drug-addicted rats. They're tough to deal with.
What do you mean tough to deal with? Like, you don't have guns. Like, that's my thing. It's like just treat the rats.
These are drug addicted rats.
These are drug addicted rats. You shoot them, they keep coming. All right?
Yeah, wow, this sucks.
Yeah. I don't understand why.
This is really tough.
Yeah. You know what?
Fuck, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I feel actually disempowered from this Kreska talk.
Yeah, 100%.
I've lost any hope I had.
Yeah. It's really rough. This is one of those things where they would normally make like a 2000s movie about it. Like it's like in that Sharknado territory.
They are making a movie called Rats.
Really?
Yeah, Todd Strauss-Schulson, shout out. He's doing a movie called Rats. It's about a rat infestation, and it's sort of a la Hitchcock's The Birds. So we're gonna have that one out soon. Rats. You see it, right?
Hey, real quick, thank you so much for listening, watching the show and everything. If you want your voicemail to be reacted to the way that one just was, all you have to do is hit us up on patreon.com/WNWY. And we will make sure to prioritize your voicemails in episodes.
And it's a great way to keep this podcast going. It supports me and Josh, but not just us, our producer, Alex. It makes this possible. Yeah, we'll do this last caller and then we'll wrap.
Okay, so this one is actually an update from our field reporter, BGF. A return to the Columbus car story.
Oh,
if you remember our Columbus car story.
Absolutely, we do.
Yes.
To update Ali, one of our field reporters let us know that in Columbus, Ohio, there's an epidemic of cars hitting buildings.
Driving into buildings.
They drive into buildings apparently
on
a...
We don't really
know. I don't think they know,
tell.
but it happens at a surprisingly large rate.
Weirdly, the cars are driven by rats.
But here's another update from BGF.
The Columbus drivers have upgraded. They are no longer just hitting buildings with cars. Today, in Westerville, a suburb of Columbus, a FedEx truck plowed into a home. Luckily, no one was injured, but now they have...
I'm sorry. The FedEx does make sense because UPS and FedEx are laying people off, so that's probably just somebody that quit mid-shift.
That's probably honestly that's like how they deliver packages.
Yeah,
They're like, is this a good spot? They're like,
you
bro, that's my
imagine?
bedroom.
Can you imagine the driver afterwards? Buddy, you got it, didn't you? But you got it. Now you mad you got it. You mad when I come the next day, but then you mad that you got it. Okay.
Upgraded their attacks on buildings just from mere cars to apparently FedEx trucks. No one is safe at this point in Columbus. Allegedly, the driver of this FedEx truck got out of the passenger side of his truck after he plowed into the house and began questioning how this happened. Yes, Mr. FedEx truck driver, that is what we all want to know. How does this keep happening?
Can you pause it?
Yeah, first of all, BGF, I fucking love you.
He questioned
BGF.
how this happened? Who's BGF?
That's the field reporter.
Yeah, BGF
Does
is...
she calling often?
I mean, this is second time, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go with they, them for BGF, by the way.
Okay, they calling often.
I will say BGF, best field reporter that we have right now.
Yeah, seriously.
The urgency with which you report the news.
No one is safe now.
Yeah. I feel like I'm there, honestly.
I have found local news reports on this specific crash if you'd like to watch them for more details.
Look at this, a FedEx truck plowing into the side of a home in northeast Columbus.
Is that BGF?
Today. The family is out of their home for at least one night after this unexpected
That does
delivery.
sound exactly
As you
like
can
BGF.
imagine, this all came as a shock to that family and everyone in that neighborhood. Tom Bosco walking us through exactly what happened.
Tom Bosco.
Take a look at this behind me. This is what's left, a huge hole in this home after a truck ran through it. When you see the video of
shocked
this FedEx
this is the
truck
guy.
sticking out of this home, you're going to know just how much worse this could have been.
I was shocked. I didn't even hear it happen. I worked from home, and I would have thought that you would have heard a car going through a house.
Neighbors were floored by the sight. A FedEx truck that hopped the curb, took out a sign.
Can you
and a
pause?
small
Can you
tree,
pause?
You must
and
be
ended
drunk.
up-
I mean, even if you're drunk, though, you're not that off.
Also, took out a sign. I don't
Yeah.
know why
Did
we're
he fall
assigning
asleep at the
personhood
wheel?
to the
How
sign.
fast he was going.
Yeah. I mean, well, the house does seem to be made of paper.
Sure. No, this is America. But to take down the sign and to be going fast enough to not be able to stop, once you take out the sign, you're pumping the brakes.
The
This person must be asleep.
They had to have been asleep.
The guy giving testimony that was just standing there in the black shirt, did his shirt say, "I'm the favorite grandson"?
It did say that.
Okay, gotcha.
He was just a neighbor who said that he was shocked he didn't hear it.
Truck that hopped the curb, took out a sign and a small tree, and ended up partly inside a home.
This
Damn.
is like something I've never seen before, honestly.
Homeowner Nathan Stout has never seen it before either.
Never had a car run into the side of my house.
Stout
Pause
said
it.
someone called his
Just shout out to the producers for just getting this footage.
Getting it
The most
so quick,
obvious,
yeah.
the most I love how local news will just get the most obvious takes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's? I can just imagine the reporter being like, "Do you think it's good?"
What did you just do to yourself? Ashley just assaulted herself. Ashley just Me Too'd herself.
I'm mid riff. Can I get through my riff?
Go.
My mid riff is exposed. It was a solid riff.
Go.
It's not going to work
Local news
anymore.
reporters.
But the local news reporters are going up to these people. How do you feel about trucks plowing into houses?
Yeah.
I think it's bad.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Honestly,
fucking love it.
It's so
Local-
They
funny.
take it so
true.
serious.
local news is also how we've sort of exposed that none of us are better than any of us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you would think you'd have a better response, but when you're in the local news and somebody puts the mic in your face, they're like, "What do you think about that lay that blew up?" And you're like, "I've never seen a lay blow up before." Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy, dog. Like
Been living here for
blowing
40
up.
years. Never seen that one.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like heels flying in the air. You trying to think of stuff because you're like, oh, I don't want to sound dumb on the local news. But like, what else happened? What did they not catch on camera? Oh, and another thing I seen was when her whole wig was sort of floating gently to the ground. And you don't realize that everything you're saying is contributing to this whole piece being like, oh, these are some of the most bland people who have ever lived.
I feel like it's always like kind of dangerously stupid human shit like this.
Yeah.
Or they're doing a fluff story where they're like, today in Queens, a pigeon was voted mayor by its fellow pigeons. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And they go up to the people. What do you think about the new
And
pigeon
they're like,
mayor? I think
we've
he's
always
great.
loved Squeak. And
Yeah.
his wife about an emergency at home. When he and the family returned, this is what they saw. Stout says the truck took out his bathroom and part of his home office.
oh my God.
Crews pulled the truck out of the home, leaving a gaping hole behind. The utilities had to be turned off, so Stout and his family won't be staying here tonight. For a guy who just had a truck plow through his house, though, he's in pretty good spirits.
The damage is already done, right? You know, the important thing is let's make sure everybody's okay.
The driver of the FedEx truck appeared to be unhurt. In fact, someone from the company came and picked him up.
I think this
Police and
guy's-
fire
honestly-
continue to investigate at this point.
Someone picked
Pause it.
him up from FedEx.
I think that this guy's happy.
Imagine that ride back. The FedEx boss picking up the FedEx employee. Carl.
Nah, I think that's a quiet ride. Like you sit there,
You're
you know you
"What
about to
the
get
fuck,
it,
dude?"
and you're like,
Can I say though, I think that the state of things are so bad with the housing market in America. I think this guy might have been happy that that FedEx truck. You see the brand FedEx goes through your house. You're about to get a brand new fucking house, dude.
oh yeah. Also,
you?
no,
I think so.
I think so.
From who?
FedEx.
From FedEx, yeah.
They're gonna FedEx.
You try getting FedEx on the phone. Like it's not
Yeah,
happening. You're
yeah.
not getting anything.
No. If you're really thinking on your feet when it happens, because it's so insane that I don't expect anybody to actually do this. But let's say you have the presence of mind when it happens to go ahead and grab your kid because they look like they had one or two kids, and you go ahead and put little bit of mud on the bottom of their feet, and then you put that little muddy shoe print right in front of where the truck was.
Yes.
Ooh,
Wait, I'm sorry.
ooh, you almost killed my child.
Yes.
You almost
psychological damages.
All my child was trying to do was stand in the home. Take his first
steps. If I were
steps.
him, I wouldn't be saying we're all okay
Mm-hmm.
at all.
No.
I would be hysterical.
Yeah.
Yes.
I raised my kids in this house.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to milk it. You can't
Yeah.
say it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
No.
If anything, you got a neck brace in the home. You got one of those carpal tunnel things. You throw that on
They're
real
like,
quick.
You weren't even in that room. He's like,
Yeah.
but the house shaked.
Yeah.
It shaked.
The whole thing. You ever had FedEx plow through your house? You don't know.
I can't sleep.
All right.
I can't eat.
Yeah.
I keep seeing a FedEx truck breaking through every wall.
I can't order anything online anymore.
Yeah. You turn to your wife. You're like, honey, hit me with this hammer as hard as you can.
The sound of a doorbell gives me PTSD.
It's like, but they didn't ring the door. Anything can happen.
The sight.
Yeah, I was looking at the doorbell when it happened.
My dog's dead. You don't have a dog. Exactly, not anymore.
Yeah.
But that's the story.
I think we should end there because this has been epic.
Thank
Ali,
you
anything
so
you want to
much.
plug? You did amazing.
Oh my God, thank you. Just follow me on Instagram if you'd like. Ali Kolbert, ALI Kolbert with a K. Just please, like at least 2 followers would be good.
Yeah, I think we can go for 2.
I'd like a few followers.
Josh, anything you? We're fizzling again. We're fizzling.
Oh, it's a podcast.
Yeah, it's a
Right?
podcast.
What do you want me to say? I'd like some followers. I'm out of it. Sorry.
Yeah, you can catch me on tour. Go to joshjohnsоncomedy.com for tickets and the wait list. Join the email list so that way when I add shows or there's extra tickets, I can email you directly, and there won't be any scalpers or scammers or resellers that try to get more money out of you than I'm asking.
I've got the same thing on a text alert, and yeah, I've got some big ones coming up: DC, Boston, Minneapolis. I need that coffee.